possibly my question is very simple, right? My question is, why do men of God find it hard to find love? Real love, oh, like, I mean, there's a lot of things happening out there, so we need answers. I mean, this very podcast is going specific to many men of God in my DM who are having difficulty finding love, like real love. So, why do men of God find it hard to find real love? We just want to know. So, we can help a lot of men of God out there. I mean,
Okay, I think it's not exactly just a man of God thing. I think romantic love, does not have respect for whether you're a man of God or not.
yeah,
The rules apply to you whether you are a man of God or you are not a man of God.
yeah,
There are people that, if you're a businessman, they don't want to marry business people that are always traveling.
yeah,
So in that same way, there are also people that they don't want to marry men of God because they say, they're always moving. They are not exclusively theirs.
yeah,
When it comes to time, attention, and all that, as far as the ministry keeps growing, the man keeps getting busier and busier and stuff like that.
yeah,
So I think it's not just about men of God per se finding it difficult to find. I think it's about understanding what it entails to be in a relationship
true.
with a lady. You first of all define what you want. Define what you want.
Okay,
Know exactly, what you need for the journey. Okay, we are now using men of God. You are going to be a pastor. You are going to be a public figure. You are going to have a lot of people around you all the time,
yeah,
and a lot of people close to you all the time, and all that.
yeah,
So it's just about finding the person that can work with what you have been called for. And I strongly believe that every man has a helper that is tailored to his need. Every man has a helper. So the thing is finding the one out of the many people that can fit into that frame.
yeah,
Finding the one that is yours. The, another general truth there is hardly anyone that um makes this transition from being single to being married that does not have their own stories about, okay, how they tried with this person, they got disappointed, this thing happened, that thing happened. Now, before for example, now you enter a relationship and then breakup happened. Before breakup happened, there has been several disappointments that happened.
true.
Disappointments happen as a result of the person's expectation. Different people have their expectation. For
Yes, sir.
example, someone can come into your life, they have an expectation as regards your area of finance,
Yeah,
and then they see to it that their expectation is not met immediately. They
true.
get disappointed in their heart. They will bottle that disappointment and keep it one side.
Yes,
They will now start monitoring again the way you treat women. It's not exactly what they want. Disappointment number two, they bottle it one side.
yeah,
So people get to a point and say, okay, I can't do this anymore,
yeah,
and all that, and they will pull out. I don't believe that people pull out of a relationship that they entered with you, knowing that you are a man of God from the beginning,
yeah.
and then their reason for pulling out also ends up becoming that you're a man of God. No,
Mm,
they don't pull out. They knew from the beginning that you're a man of God.
true.
So they pulling out or disconnecting from relationship is not just because you are a man of God. They don't want to marry a man of God and
Yeah,
all that. It has to be that there were some certain disappointments, and some
yeah,
of these disappointments, there's nothing you can do about it.
yeah. Because a
You are
human.
not the reason for it.
Yeah.
It has to do with their own expectation.
Wow. Wow.
It has to do with their own expectation.
Yeah.
So don't uh, don't go through so much headache, unnecessary headache,
Yeah.
as regards this. For me, follow principles, learn how to treat a lady, be prayerful, know what you want, and keep going. In the end, how I summarize the whole thing is that in the end, after this whole phase,
Yeah.
you will end up marrying one woman. Everybody will go and sleep.
Because
Everybody will go and rest.
there was a statement he made one day in church that made me to laugh. He said, if you're a smoker, marry a smoker. If you're a stupid person, marry a stupid person. Like, why that statement? Why not one wise person marry a foolish person and make the foolish person wise? So it was a funny it was a funny I had to caption that in church and post. So I was like, one day I'm going to ask you, what validates that statement?
Well, there is a level of homogeneity that needs to be in place
Yeah.
for coupling to happen.
Mm.
There is a level of sameness that needs to be in place. Yes, opposites attract and all that.
Yeah.
But in the midst of that opposite attracting, for example, they say magnets, the opposite sides attract.
Yeah.
But both of them have to be magnets.
True.
Right?
True.
Both have to be magnets. So
Yes.
you can't bring plastic and say opposites attract. It will not attract.
True.
So there has to be some level of homogeneity.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to be the wise man that will marry a fool?
No,
Okay.
not me.
You
Not me. Cannot be me.
if you marry somebody that, okay, the person is not at your level of knowledge,
Yeah.
but the person is teachable, the person is hungry,
Yeah.
the person is not stubborn, the person wants to grow. That's it. You can help the person, to grow, help the person, teach the person, expose the person to knowledge and all that. I've seen professors that marry, people that did not even are still undergraduates. They marry them, and then after a while, you discover that the woman goes through school even to the level of PhD.
Yeah, that's true.
And all that, because she wants to learn, she wants to grow.
Wow.
If you are a smoker and you go and marry somebody that hates even to smell it, and then you pretend, when you are dating the person, you pretend as if you are not a smoker, you pretend and all that, and then marriage happens, you now enter the house one day and you are smoking. If you love smoking so much, the thing is just, you love it, like, even after you've given your life to Christ, you still want to be smoking. You don't want to stop smoking. Go and look for somebody that loves smoking and marry.
Wow.
That's my own this thing.
Wow.
So that we will not be having unnecessary issue,
Expectation.
unnecessary fight, unnecessary trouble in the house. If you know that you are called to be in ministry, and you see a lady that does not like anything ministry. If you mention ministry, they don't like it. They don't want to be they love God, they love Jesus, they want to serve God in church, but they don't want anything ministry. They don't want to do ministry. You will have problem when you marry, because when you're not telling the person, oh, I'm going for missions, I'm going to this place, I'm going to that place, maybe for this time you will just have to be the one around taking care of the children and all that. I won't always be around. You discover that there will be a problem. There are women that they cannot, if you marry them, they don't want you to be out. They want you to always be present. Don't blame them. They are not bad people, but this is what they want.
Wow.
This is what they want. So even when you are asking someone to make a sacrifice, you also need to understand that there are some sacrifices that some people cannot make.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't just start saying, I'm expecting you to understand now, make the sacrifice. Can't you pay all the sacrifice needed for the church to go, for the ministry to go? There are some sacrifices that some people cannot pay. The earlier you make peace for that, the better for you.
So what if a minister right now who's going to be seeing this podcast, he's married? This is not just to young ministers, this is also to other people that they are married, but they now find out the wife is not even aligning to the vision. The person just want to lead, the person just want to support. I don't know, but the partner is just not aligning to what he or she is doing. Is there a way out? Is there a solution to that?
Well, my theology in this thing is that once you're married, you have married right.
Oh boy.
Yeah, whatever you don't correct before marriage, once you enter, you have married the best for you. So you have to work with what you have. exactly. You have to work. You have to work with what you have. There is nobody that is a demon.
Mm-hmm.
There is nobody that you say this person is just somebody you've married and you now say this person is out to kill me. I don't believe that. So I believe that no matter how it is, since you are married, both of you can still sit down and talk over things. There are some things that you talk about and you won't get the result you want immediately,
Mm-hmm.
but you may have to give it time. If it is something that another person would have worked with immediately because she has a natural inclination for it, this other person, you may just have to take your time, be patient, keep helping her to see different views, keep using examples that she can relate with. Then from time to time take her to people that are doing the similar thing you want to do.
Yeah.
You can as well introduce her to, if you have pastor friends, that you can introduce her to their wives, and just keep doing what you are doing. But if after everything,
Mm.
eh, and she still doesn't come
Come
around,
on, yeah.
well, you just do your best. just do your just do your best.
All right, guys, I'm going to come up for part two. I'm going to be asking Pastor Pascal the red flags you watch out for in a partner. All right, so we're back. So, possibly, what are the red flags? I mean, we should look out for. People should look out for when they are getting to. I mean, any form of relationship.
Okay, for me, if you are talking about red flags, there are the general ones, the usual suspects. The person's how the person behaves around money. Does the person have contentment? Then the person's patience, because if you are a minister or you are a young person, coming up in life, it takes patience to build. Patience, if how the person handles things that demand patience, how the person walks around that. Then how the person handles the issue of faithfulness.
Mm.
You know, can the person be committed to one person for a lifetime? Then, apart from these and other general matters around the issue of red flags, we now talk about what you want personally. What are the deal breakers for you? So, if around your deal breakers, this person cannot work with them, or this person, doesn't have them, it should be a red flag to you personally.
Yeah.
So there are general red flags, and then there are red flags that has to do with you personally. I'm a pastor, and one of the things I was looking out for is a prayerful woman, a woman that loves to pray, or even if she doesn't know how to, but there is willingness to grow, to learn how to pray. A woman that takes spiritual things seriously. So once I see someone that doesn't, for me it's a red flag, and I
Mm.
want to even work with it. I remember I had a friend in those days that I already had my fiancé. He had his fiancé and we were talking. So I now told him the things I was looking for. Said no, 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 these are not what I'm looking for. What she's looking for is a woman that is business oriented, a woman that wants to run her own things, run a business and all that. That if a woman is not business oriented, if you like, pray from now till Jesus comes, that she will not look at you. So for her, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
So those ones are the specific one that have to do with what you want, where you are going, and all that. Some people will be like, I will teach them. I will teach them. People are not wired to learn, to just learn everything.
Mm.
There are certain things you say you will struggle. You will be struggling to teach it and teach it. So from the get go, from the time that the love is still attacking you, you need to be able to call yourself back and watch these things and answer them before you get to. So for me, that's how I see it. So general ones, and then specific red flags according to where you are going, according to what you want, and all that.
Wow, wow, that's very educative. What for people who This is still on. I mean, love relationship. What are people who need to heal? I mean, I notice that there are people that they don't really heal. They just jump like that. They don't really heal. They just smooth when the things are not going the way it needs to go, or when they just come out of this of a heartbreak. Most time they don't really heal. What will you how do you, my core question is, how do people heal? What are the processes to heal? Like, and
Hmm.
does healing really takes time?
There is a time dimension for healing.
Wow.
Healing is in stages. Uh, the first level of healing is to allow yourself to
Mm,
mourn if you need to.
wow. Mm,
If you need to mourn a loss, for example, you are in a relationship with somebody and something happened for one reason or the other, the relationship didn't work, you are still in love with the person, the
yeah.
thing is still paining you, you are still feeling hot and all that. It is very human to mourn it, because the Bible compares love to death.
Mm,
So when the relationship is broken, the strong emotion you feel is the same thing people feel when somebody dies. So you can't stop somebody from mourning, but that is the first level. When you are done mourning, the next thing is now moving on. You now have to make critical decisions. I like to use the story of Naomi, Opa, and Ruth, to explain it. After their husbands died, they
yes.
buried them, they mourned. The Bible says that they cried, they hugged themselves, they cried. But after that stage of hugging and crying, now comes the stage of making decision. Opa, you have to decide: are you going with Naomi, or will you now go and find your way, go back to your people and
Mm,
all that? Ruth, the same thing. So they finished crying. It was time for to make decision. Ruth decided to go with Naomi. Oprah made the decision to go back to her people,
yeah.
and face other things and
Mhm.
face other opportunities and all that. So after crying the mourn, after crying and mourning and all that, don't think of suicide. Don't think, when people hear that somebody committed suicide, you laugh at them. You laugh at them and all that. But the truth is that what they are feeling is real to them. Their feeling is real to them. So if you meet such people, you need to help them to move on and not to laugh at what they are feeling, not to laugh at how they are feeling. You don't laugh at how they are feeling. You help them to move on.
Mm,
Now, the next phase now is the phase of separation. That's why after somebody dies, you bury the person.
yeah.
On the day of burial is when people cry most. So somebody can die and then the person is not buried immediately. Maybe the person is buried sometimes even after 1 year,
Mm,
even after months.
yeah.
So you see, someone cries over someone that dies now. Cry, cry, cry. How you cry for 1 week? It's not crying again. But on the day that the person will now be buried is the day that the permanence of the matter now becomes so real to the person. That's the burial. So that burial signifies this is done and settled, the separation. So when the person is in the mortuary, someone at the extreme of it can say, let me go to the mortuary and see if I can see the person's dead. The person is no more alive, so the relationship is dead though,
Yeah.
but you can still see this person's body. But when burial happens, the
Separation
separation is done. There is
from
nothing you cannot see. You cannot, even if you dig anything to see, it's smelly stuff. My God, to see, it's permanent. So that level of the next level is that the level of separation. Delete what you need to delete. Limit this thing. Limit
contact.
contacts. Don't become a monitoring spirit. You are now monitoring the person, following, trying, cursing the person, and all that. You are hurting yourself.
Mm,
Now that brings us to the next phase. After the phase of separation, it's now the phase of working on your heart, working on your emotion, work on yourself. Don't allow hurt to still be in your, don't allow bitterness to enter your mind.
Mm.
Work on yourself, work on yourself, work on yourself, work on yourself, another. Now the fourth stage now,
Right, sir.
the first stage after you're finished working on yourself, you've done the separation, you work on yourself. The first stage is now, okay, so the first stage now is for you to pick the lessons you need to learn. Moving on from there, what are the lessons? Now, this is the time that you have to be very careful what lessons that you learn from it. This is where some people will, begin to learn certain lessons that will start telling you men are strong, all women are bad.
Yeah.
This one, they say by say women are wicked women. This is where generalization starts coming into
Wow.
play. People will now start generalizing. They say Igbo men are always money conscious. Yoruba women are this, Hausa women are that, and all that. Because your pain will want to preach to you.
True.
Your
Yeah, I heard you
pain
made mention of
will
that in one
start
of those services.
preaching. So you be careful what you learn from your pain. There are right lessons to learn from your pain. There are also the wrong lessons that you need to avoid.
Mm.
There are wrong lessons. You will now start hearing a lot of things, going on in your mind, and then there will be many things in the society that we want to strengthen a
Your
wrong
conviction.
lesson,
Yeah.
a wrong thing. We want to strengthen that. See, anything that you want to believe in, there is a lot of things in the society that will help to support it. If you want to believe nonsense, there are a lot of things in the society that will tell you you are good. This is where you see people online. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude to anybody or anything, but this is where you see some single parents online saying a lot of things and all that. And they open accounts on Facebook, on YouTube, and they now make their pain a message. They now start
Mm.
mentoring people with their pain. They
Mm.
start mentoring people with their bitterness,
Mm.
especially if it is someone that is successful in any area. If it's someone that has been successful with finances, someone because success gives you a level of influence over
True.
people.
True.
You now start seeing people talk, say, man, and all that. You need to work on that. Be careful of what you learn from there. The reason why you have to heal completely is that hurt people.
Ah, guys are hearing that hot people hot people. Very, very important.
Any cycle of hurt you don't deal with is likely to repeat again.
Yes.
Either you are now the one dishing it out, or because you didn't learn your lessons, you go through that same hurt again. If you don't learn your lesson, you go through that same hurt again. If you learn the wrong lesson, you will dish out the hurt that you are complaining about. You will dish it out to somebody.
Mm.
So you must learn the right lesson. And at this stage is the stage that you make sure you talk to people, talk to mentors, read books, listen to people. And this is the stage that a lot of things we want to, your pain will want to seclude you, want
Yeah.
to separate you from people, want to discourage you from reading anything, believing that anything can ever go right again, work again, and all that. But you have to fight it. You see, the simple way to do this: tell yourself, I am going to be all right today. Nothing will happen to me. Then at the end of that day, the next day, tell yourself, this day again, I will be fine. Well, nothing will happen to me. The next day, tell yourself the same thing. One day after that, one day at a time. Now, this brings me to the next stage, the next level.
Right, already.
Okay, so this leads me to the next one, which is time. The next stage of dealing with it is
Yes.
time. Give
Yes.
it time. Now, if someone has an injury, let's say someone has a laceration or an abrasion on his body, they go to the hospital, they put iodine, they put all the, no matter what
Mm.
they put everything, they put the plaster on the injury. No matter how effective everything they put is, There is no way after putting it you come out immediately and then the injury will not vanish unless miracle happens. Praise God.
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing is now, after the whole work has been done, the suturing has been done and everything,
Yeah.
you still have to give that injury time
Yeah.
to heal.
Yeah.
So after some time, that injury will heal, but some scar will
It
still be
will be there.
there.
Yeah.
And after some time, the scar
So
will disappear.
a lot of people that these cars also disappear. They're healed, though. They're very sure they're healed, they're fine. But it's as though most times they still tend to see the scar. And when they see the scar, they are not scared. They're okay, they know they are fine. Will you say will you also use that to say they are not healed?
Okay. Do you know that there are scars in your body that you don't remember again?
Mm, true.
So after a long time, see, time is a heal, and there is no way you want to say. Once you started going through the process,
Yes.
I'm not saying how time heals. It's not like you didn't do anything, you are still hurting and you are waiting for time. No, but you have done the things that will help you to heal. You have done the separation and all that. So after you have put in all the process, now practice the process for a period of time and you see to it that it is gone. There are things that people will do to you that it will take a long time for you to forget. It will take a long time for the scar, to be done with. But over a period of time, even if the scar is still somewhere there, you will not remember it again. You will no more defer to it.
Yeah.
There has to be something special that happened that will remind you. But even if it reminds you, it doesn't come with pain because you
Yes.
have healed from the
From
pain.
very pain. Wow.
Even if the memory comes, the memory doesn't come with pain anymore because the pain is done.
Gone.
Now, after this phase, the next phase is now for you to now move on. Eh? Except you are Paul, you still married now. So all
Wow,
the
wow.
good lessons you have learned, you have to implement it again.
True.
The things that didn't work, the things that you did wrong, remove it again and go out again. Never got to that point that you say, because of this, you are not afraid of talking to woman. You are not afraid of talking or afraid of responding when men talk to you and all that. Because last, eh, the word of God has spoken it,
Wow.
that no one will lack a mate. The
Mm,
mouth of the Lord has spoken it, and the Spirit of God has brought them together. As
yes.
a woman, keep positioning. As a man, keep selling your market. The
Mm.
right person will buy it.
Guys, are you hearing? As a woman, keep positioning. As a man, keep selling your market. The right person will hear it. I mean, this has been an amazing conversation. We're going to have more conversation with Pastor Pascal in the coming days and in the coming weeks and in the coming months. We're going to be seeing more of this face so that you can draw from sense of wisdom. And I hope you learned. See you in our next video.